Hello, welcome back to the channel. It's another experiment day. It's winter. I'm going to pit this against this. Our family car, the Ford Kuga, versus, well, I'm going to actually use two dehumidifiers. I've already got one in the back there. This is the Meaco Dry Desiccant dehumidifier, the DD8L. And in the boot, I've got an Ebac 4850 21 litre dehumidifier. Now, I made a video about this. I needed to dehumidify our car. It absolutely stinks at the moment. It's taken on a lot of water from Casper, who's watching over there, and my daughter getting drenched while playing football every Saturday and Thursday. And I think I've got footage here of the problem. This is actual footage of our family car windscreen. We can't go anywhere. We've got to wait for 20 minutes for it to clear on Mac's windscreen. I've done this before. There was a video, it was in slightly warmer conditions, and on that last video you very kindly left some messages. One message was, well, of course your car sucks because it's a Ford, and that I'm not doubting that for a second, but I don't actually think we've got a leak. I think this is all from us being wet. I knocked my drink over the other day into the upholstery. The other comment was, because it's colder conditions, you need to use a desiccant dehumidifier, and that's what this is. I didn't have a desiccant dehumidifier, but now I do, and I'll put on screen now a little AI picture of how desiccant dehumidifiers work. This has desiccant in it, which apparently soaks up moisture, and then you use heat to get rid of that moisture from the desiccant. It's all very complicated, so I thought I'd pit the two dehumidifiers against each other. But we're in cold conditions, and these are supposed to work more efficiently in colder weather. So let's just get the experiment started, and I'll explain it as we go. So this is where the magic happens. I've got the Ebac 4850 here. I've only had it for a few weeks, and already, because it's so powerful, it has attracted all this dust onto it. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put them in the back because I'm hoping it is fairly airtight. Oh no! So we've got the 21 litre dehumidifier on this side. This is the desiccant dehumidifier, but it's only 8 litres, and I've got a special, let me move the camera around. I've got a special setup here to measure the power, so I'm actually going to compare the power use as well. It's a bit of jeopardy today because I don't know if I'm going to need the car today, so I don't even know how long this test is going to run for. So I'm going to put the Ebac onto the right hand side, I'm going to put the Meaco on the left. I'll plug the Meaco in, and this will measure how many watts, but it will also measure the cost. I've set it for 26p per kilowatt hour. We'll have a total there, but I'll measure the kilowatt hours here. And then on the right hand side, I've got the Ebac 21 litre dehumidifier. Now as soon as I plug it in, watch this, I'll plug it in and it just starts going. And frustratingly, it always turns on in smart mode whenever you plug it in. So I'm just going to turn it off, set it to target mode, and I'm going to set the target to something low, so it will just keep going continuously. The Ebac is ready to go. Let's switch on the Meaco. So the Meaco is powered on, and then turn it on by pressing the button there. And we're going to set that to a low. Let's set it to infinity, and I'm going to set it to manual because I want as much water sucked out as possible. And then I've got the power lead going into the house. But I think if I close this, I think it's fairly sealed. It's just a little cable coming out of the back of the car there. I've even taped up the number plate so I don't have to edit it out. Please do not let me forget to take that off if I need the car today. So it is reasonably sealed. I had a really snarky comment saying it's not sealed, but look, come on. That's just a little cable going through the rubber ceiling there. I haven't turned them on, so I'm going to turn them on. Look, we're at the forefront of science here. So we'll switch that one, set that one going. Got it on infinity. It's on max manual, and then I'm going to turn the Ebac one on. I'm going to set the fan going to high. That's on high, and the air is being drawn in from the back of the units. I would fold the seats down, but I actually want the seats to dry out, so just going to run it in the back here. We've got both meters going. Just in case you're interested, what kind of power are we looking at? So on the Meaco Desiccant one, this is why it's sampling though, it's currently on oh there we go, 280, 600, 700 watts, great. And then the Ebac is on full power, and that's looking like about 147 watts. Oh, it's just going up and up and up. So I'll let them do their thing. I'll show you the measurements at the end, whenever the end is. Let's seal it up. And I'm really looking forward to this because I'm so sick of having to wait to wipe the windscreen when we go anywhere. You've said in the comments, just put the air conditioning on, which I've done. I just don't think it's strong enough to dry out the car. The other thing you've suggested I've done already, which is to set the heating on high, really heat it up, and then open the windows to let the moisture out. I've done all of that. Let's see what the dehumidifiers do. We're going to see how much water they collect and how much power they use, and which one. Would it be the Desiccant 8 litre or the 21 litre normal compressed dehumidifier that sucks more moisture out of my car? Oh, come on, boys. You've got this. So, as predicted, the car was needed to pick my daughter up from a school trip. So this kind of wrecks the experiment. It's been running for 5 hours now, and I can tell from the dehumidifiers, there's a little cheeky shake. I can tell it has actually picked up some water, so this is good. So I'm going to get the dehumidifiers back into the car and we'll set them running again. They've been going for 5 hours, so it's already done a good chunk of the dehumidifying I need it to do. But let's see how many hours left I can run on this experiment. It is nearly 10 o'clock and we've been going well over 10 hours with the dehumidifiers in the car. Let's see how they're doing. And I have to do this with one hand, and I've completely ruined the number plates with the tape, by the way. It won't come off. Let's see how we're going. Oh, they're roaring away. So we will stop dehumidifier 1. That's going to cool down, so that's still going to use some power. And the Ebac 21 litre, or how much is inside. Before we take them inside, let's check out the power. So the Meaco, which is the 8 litre model, but it's a Desiccant dehumidifier. We're looking at, it took 37p today, and it used 1.4 kilowatt hours. This one's measured the time. It's been going for 10.5 hours exactly. That's handy. And this, oh, interesting. That's really surprising. So the 21 litre, the Ebac dehumidifier, has used 1.6 kilowatt hours. So this used more power. I really thought that was going to go to the Desiccant dehumidifier. And it says that it's cost 41p. The Desiccant dehumidifier used about 37p's worth of power, but I did have the Ebac going full power, absolutely full tilt. So it wasn't on auto and it wasn't on smart mode. Which dehumidifier has caught the most moisture from the car? Let's get these indoors and we'll start measuring. How much water did we remove from the car? Let's find out. So this is the 21 litre Ebac dehumidifier, and this is the 8 litre Desiccant dehumidifier. And there's all kinds of problems with this experiment because I picked up the Ebac dehumidifier and I could hear this water actually in the machine still left to drain into the jug, which I hadn't quite captured. So all of this is off. It's just a ballpark figure to see how much water I can collect from the car in 10-ish hours. I'll tip out the 21 litre dehumidifier, and there's some still in the machine. That's coming out at 400 millilitres. And I think this might be more than last time. This is the Desiccant dehumidifier, and it really does collect 8 litres per day at those reference levels, which makes it about a third of the power of the 21. And it doesn't even, oh no, it doesn't even register on my measuring device. Now even that's too big, but that's coming out at about 100 millilitres. So 100 millilitres, 400 millilitres. Now the Ebac has lifted out so much more liquid from the car, about 4 times more than the Desiccant dehumidifier. I think this is just down to power. This is just down to dehumidifying power. But I managed to remove half a litre of liquid from the car. I think it cost me about 70p well spent in the interests of science. Okay, it's the next morning. I've got 5 minutes to get my daughter to another school trip.
We're not going on a school trip. It's just like we have to be at school and get changed and perform it.
Oh, okay. It's the next morning and the windscreen, look, the windscreen, it's clear. We usually have to wait 5 minutes to wipe this. It's completely clear and it smells much better in here. I am calling this Dad Delivers success. Thanks for coming along on the journey where the car didn't go anywhere today. I really appreciate it. Appreciate you. Thank you for the thumbs up or the subscribe button pressing. And if you are into dehumidifiers, I've got you covered. I've got so many dehumidifier videos up here if you want to find out more about our journey with the dehumidifying of our house.